Hello friends. In this video, we will learn how to take input from user. In any programming language we work, taking input from user is absolutely necessary, whether Java or Python. There are two types of software. One is the static software and the other is the dynamic software. Static software are ones which don't interact with the user. They just give information to us, such as a calendar. It does not take input, but it always tells us the current date, which is the output. In case of dynamic software, interaction with the software by giving input. We interact with the software by giving input. 99% of software tools used today are dynamic. Example of dynamic software is YouTube, where you are typing and the kind of video you need. So you are giving input to YouTube. To run a dynamic software, the most important thing is to know how to take input from the user, which we'll learn now. For that, in Python we have a built-in function called input. Now you can see, I will show you the example of input function. Let me show you. I write input. So as I told you earlier, anything with parenthesis indicates that it is a function. So whenever I write input and I press the play button, you can see a box appears on the screen. So since it is in closed bracket, you can identify it as a function. You can see the box has appeared in the screen. So I put anything inside the box. Let's say John Doe. So when I put John Doe, you can see it is showing it as an output. A user can type anything. After typing anything, when you press enter key, we can see that whatever we have typed is printed. So using input function, we can directly give input to the software. For easiness of the user, we will always put a message in the input function so that the user is aware what input needs to be put. So let me show you. I write input. Now inside I write enter your name. So you can see this is a much better code than the previous one. So now when we will play the play button, it will say enter your name. So the user now is aware what he needs to put. So when he will put his name, which is John Doe, he will see that it is showing on the screen. So we will use this technique to write a program to add two numbers and print the result in the screen. So this will be our first Python program to accept input from the user. So before writing the program, we need to first think in our minds what we want to write. For the user to understand, we should always write proper comments. Proper comments is a must for any good code. The step we'll use to write the program is number 1, take input from the user and store them in a variable. So since we are writing a function to add two numbers, we have to accept two numbers from the input. So let me store them in a variable fnum, and I will say input, and what I will tell the user that please enter a number. I say enter first number. I hope it's clear. Now we'll create a second variable to accept the second number. I will say snum is equal to input, and I will say enter second number. So you can see I have put two variables, fnum and snum. Now as we must be aware that whatever input user gives to a software, Python always takes it as a string. But here we want to add two numbers, so we need to convert it into an integer. So for that we will use a function called int. So you must be aware of the function int. So what I will do is I will put int in front of input. Let me close the bracket. Now whatever user will be put, it will be converted into an integer, and so that the function of addition can be performed. So now I put like this, and I put int again. So now what will happen, let's see. I'm playing the play button. Let's see the result. See the code, the program is asking the enter the first number. So now user knows that we need to enter a number only, nothing else. So I enter 4. Then it is asking the second number. Now 3. So now we have just told the software to enter the numbers. We haven't told anything like that to add two numbers. So we will create one more variable called result. Okay. Now here in the result we'll say add the two variables, that is fnum, we put the operator addition operator, and we say snum. Now since we have stored it in the result variable, we need to print the result. So I am saying print result. So you got it. So I'm writing print result. Now when I say print result, you can see it has given the result as 7 because 4 plus 3 is 7. So I hope it's clear the how to enter input in a software, in especially using Python. So that brings the end to this video. So we will now switch over to our next video, which is type conversion. So stay tuned and happy learning. Please don't forget to press the bell icon for further notification. Also please don't forget to subscribe the channel, and thanks for watching.